Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So, guys, good morning to you, and we're back with another session for your RBI Grade B Phase 2 Descriptive English Preparation for the year 2023. So, I hope I'm visible, I hope I'm audible to everyone. Just give me a confirmation in the chat box. And do let me know if you have any doubts, if you have any queries. I would love to address them. And I'll be more than happy to give you any insights into any question or any query you may have regarding Precis writing. So in the previous two sessions, we learned about the fundamentals of Precis writing. We learned about the tips and tricks of Precis writing, how to frame Precis. We did cover the previous year passages for the year 2022 and 2021 respectively. And then I also gave you homework to draft your Precis. All right, so I think I'm audible and I think I'm visible. Good morning, guys. So today the agenda for this session would be, first of all, I'll quickly, I'll quickly wrap up with the key points of Precis writing. Then I'll teach you how to analyze the passage, and how to get the key points or the central points of a passage, and then how to put them in a Precis. So we'll discuss a couple of passages today, and then I'll also give you a homework practice session. So let's begin, guys. First of all, let me start with the basics, the very key, fundamental key points of Precis writing. Yes, Rishita, but we cannot evaluate Precis like that. So kindly drop your Precis in the comment section of the video. So we'll not be able to drop your passages, evaluate your Precis, evaluate your answers on an individual basis. That is not possible due to paucity of time. Right, so do drop your Precis in the comment section of the video. From there, I'll be able to read it, right? And I can give you a basic idea of what you wrote and how you wrote, right? Chalo. So let's begin, guys. So first of all, a few do's and don'ts of Precis writing. Start the Precis with the main idea. So the first key point was always start the Precis with the main idea, the key idea, the central theme of the passage. Always start your passage with that so that the evaluator can quickly understand the essence of the Precis. So there are there's a certain set formula to draft a good Precis. So the gist of the passage should be the title. Then the first sentence should be the main idea, the central theme of the passage. That should be the opening statement so that the reader can quickly understand the essence of the Precis. Then take one key point from every paragraph. Now we'll try to do that today. Take one key point from every paragraph, which can mostly be extracted from either the first or the last sentence of every paragraph, right? Now, while writing a Precis, make a suitable environment where all points can be described and discussed equally. That means to observe proportion, right? You cannot write too much about one thing and then just write a short little note for the other because you did not prepare or you did not observe proportion, so that all the equal points are discussed equivocally or equally in the Precis, right? Then as a Precis is concise, compress it by using connecting words, that is conjunctions. So use conjunctions and make sure that space is available to retain the important data, keywords, and the concept. Removing the irrelevant data or sentence is as important as writing the relevant points. Thus, to identify the superfluous data, it has to be understood carefully. The data and facts, they have to be removed, and keep only the core idea of the work in the Precis. And do not add anything, any personal opinion, any remark, any criticism in a Precis, and do not copy and paste from the passage. Use synonyms to create originality in your passage. So these are certain keywords certain key points that I told you last time as well. So, and 5 mistakes not to make. Please make sure your Precis is error free. There's no typo, there's no grammatical error in it. Please follow the word limit. You cannot exceed the word limit in a Precis, because if you do, you will lose marks. Please make sure that you follow the structure. And what is the structure? Title on the top, and below that the Precis is there in only one paragraph. So that should be your structure. I think I've discussed that earlier. So short title on the top, and below that the whole Precis is written in only one paragraph. Now use only the information that is given in the paragraph. Do not Do not write anything that is not given in the passage or that cannot be inferred from the passage. Make sure that you do not include anything from outside the premises of the passage. And do not reuse text. And again, another key point, do not copy and paste from the passage. Use original articulation. Your drafting should be in your own words, not a replication, like copying and pasting or replication of the sentences of the passage, right? So these were the key points. So let's start with the Precis, guys. Let's read the Precis and let's see if we are able to figure out how to find out the key points of a passage. So let's see. Okay, let's say that this was a passage, and how many paragraphs do we have? 1, 2, I think 3, 4, 5, and then 6 before coming to the conclusion. So we have 6 paragraphs, 6 or 7 give or take. So we can take 6, 7 sentences from each paragraph, right? And then we can create the central theme and the conclusion to make an organic Precis. So let's see how to find that key point from every paragraph. That would be, yes, Rishita, please do that in the comment section of the video so that I'll be able to read it. In the previous Precis, Vinci wrote very good Precis, Smridhi wrote a good Precis. So do drop your Precis in the comment section of the videos, right? All right, guys, so let's begin. I'll read out the passage to you. I'll mark down what are the key points, and then we'll see what should be a sample Precis for this. So this is the passage. It is taboo, but we all think about it. We are told it's not good to talk or even think about death. So see, it is a taboo to talk about death, right? हम अशुभ मानते हैं, बोलते भी हैं. We all say that this is unlucky. We should not talk about, we should not talk about death like that. So it's taboo, but we all think about it. We are told it's not good to talk or even think about death, right? So the passage is, I think, about death. We are all going to die. Death is a shadow that follows all the time. The recent pandemic had reminded us that death is always close by. One can face it anytime, even the very next moment. There is nothing to be scared of it, and it is a fate we will all share. So that is true. See, we are all going to die. Death is following us at every moment, and the recent pandemic. So in this paragraph, this was the point, that the recent pandemic has proved to us that death can come to you at any point of time. So there is nothing to be scared of it. So that's one point I would take out of this. It is a fate we will all share. Logically, all of us know that we are going to die. Logically, see, practically speaking, we all know that we are all going to die, but emotionally we feel invincible, right? But emotionally we think that we may live forever, and that is why we waste our time complaining so much rather than being grateful enough, right? So but emotionally we feel invincible, and that is why we waste our time complaining so much rather than being grateful enough. It's all because we don't have the right perception of death. If you are going to die tomorrow, what will you do on your last day in this world? Would you rather waste your time thinking about the future, or do something that will give you deep fulfillment and make your now more enjoyable? So that means we're talking about to live in present. That's what he wants to convey. So live in present. Do not worry too much about future. Do not worry too much about death. Now, contemplating death put things into perspective. So understanding death and understanding the reality of death will put things into perspective, right? We are here to experience life. It is just like a football game. The match starts when we are born, and when the final whistle blows, it's all over. There is no point in complaining about the weather, about teammates, you're not playing right. That's just all, there's no point of it. All you can do is go out there, do the best you can do to score a goal, right? So it's like living life is like living a game, like a match. It starts with the whistle, it ends with the whistle, right? There's nothing beyond that. Contemplating death makes you understand how precious this moment is. So we need to understand, when we contemplate death, we understand how precious the time that we are living today is. The present never comes back, and the future is just a concept. It never exists. What exists is now. So there is no concept of future. We can plan so much ahead, but it's never really in our hands. So what we have is today, that is present, right? So it's pointless to worry about future instead of enjoying the present. Awareness of death makes you feel liberated. That is true. Why will you not do something without thinking about what others might think of you? So awareness of death makes you feel liberated. So when you are aware of your surroundings, or when you are aware of death, that will liberate you. Now, why will you not do something without thinking about what others might think of you? You are going to die one day. That day, the things that you are scared of won't matter, right? All your problems just won't matter. So invest your time in something that makes you happy. So that is the point here. So it is pointless what others have, what others may think of you, what perception they might have if you do something or if you do not. But the point is, at the end of the day you die, all that won't matter. So the problems won't matter, other people won't matter, their opinions won't matter. What matter would be what you did with your time in your life, right? So that is the most important thing. The more you think about the inevitable death, the more liberated you will be. Contemplating death makes you grateful for everything you have, everything you think, and all the experiences. So the more you think about the death, the more liberated you will feel, but understand it in a logical manner, not worry about it. So contemplating death makes you grateful for everything you have, everything you think, and everything, all the things that you experience. Look around for a second, look at the trees, the birds, the people. That means look around you, look around nature. There will come a time when everything that you see will not exist. So every second spent with it is precious. So spend time with nature, enjoy them, because there may be a time you may not find it again, right? So someday everything is going to die, or everything is going to stop existing. So enjoy the time, so in every second spent with nature, with with your loved ones, it's very, very precious. So that is the whole point up till here. Let's read further. We are all going towards death. Then why not say things that you never dared to say, right? We are all going to die one day. So why not say things that you wanted to say, you never dared to say? Why not forgive the people with whom in the past you have had negative experiences? So forgive them, just let it be, because it's not going to matter. And why are we not grateful to people who had always been with you and had positively changed your life? So why are we not focusing on the important points? Why are we worried about, let's say, trivial things in life? So we should be thinking about forgiving people, being grateful to people who have helped you, and then saying what you wanted to say. So last thing, becoming aware of your mortality is an awakening experience. It might help you help you in living your life authentically and entirely. And perhaps for the first time, you will truly be free. Yes, guys. So I want you to suggest a title for this passage, guys. I want you to let me, give me your inputs about the title of the passage. We've all read the passage together. What can we say? Life, or let's say death, not far distant reality, or okay. Let me see your inputs, guys. Contemplating death can be good. Life exists in present. Very good, Rishita. Very good input. So live in present, live in today, or the future, an illusion. Very good, Bhuvan. Very well done, guys. So do share your inputs. Do let me know your what do you think about the title of the passage? End is only the eternal truth. Sachin, all right. End is the truth. Can be. How about contemplating death, and how about understanding death? Yes, guys, I want all of you to participate. Please give me your inputs. The journey from bondage to freedom. All right, contemplating death. Very good, Vinci. Anyone else who wants to try? All right, guys. So let's see what could be a short précis for the same. Now, what should you put here, and what should be the key points that we need to discuss? So yeah. So the title could be Contemplating Death Makes Us Enjoy Life More, right? So contemplating death will make us enjoy life more. Decent title. Let's read what can be said in this. Live as if we are to die tomorrow. That is what we need to follow in our lives. So see, the first sentence should be the central theme of the passage, so that the reader understands what are we going to talk about in this précis, right? So the first sentence should be the central theme of the passage. and it should highlight everything that the author is really that the author really wants to convey, right? Live life as if we are going to die tomorrow. That is what we need to follow in our lives, or that is what we are that is what we that is what that can make us happy or really enjoy life, right? Yes, Rishita, your idea is in the right direction. If you feel that if you've done justice to the passage, if you have understood the passage properly, if you are presenting the key point, right? That is why how you can see that if you are writing in the right direction. You can compare your ideas with this sample answer that I'm giving you. So that will tell you if you were thinking on the right lines or not. So live as if we are to die tomorrow. That is what we need to follow in our lives. Death is inevitable and we do not know when it will come for us. What we can do is to enjoy the time we have with us. Enjoying in the present and not thinking about the future must be our response. Contemplating death enables us to understand the importance of present moments so that we enjoy and be grateful for what we have. Being aware that we are eventually going to die makes us live more freely and makes our life enjoyable. It enables us to do things which we earlier feared and have better relationships in life. Ultimately, it is for us to enjoy this awakening experience in life and make our life a memorable one, right? So this is certainly the key points of the passage. See, death is inevitable. We saw that, right? Death is inevitable. We marked that. There's nothing to be scared of it, and we are all going to die. So the better we contemplate it, the sooner we contemplate it, the better it is going to be for us, right? We are all going to die. We should be, instead of wasting our time complaining, we should be grateful enough. We should live in present, and contemplating death will put things into perspective for us. Contemplating death will understand how precious the present is, and instead of worrying about future, we should live in the present, right? Things that you're scared of won't matter when you go away. So invest your time in something that makes you happy. Enjoy what you have, everything you have, everything you think, and everything, all the experiences that you go through on a daily basis. Enjoy that and be grateful for it. So live in present and have better relationships. Say what you wanted to say. Forgive people with whom you have bad experiences. Cherish people whom you have always enjoyed or who have always helped you, and that will truly, give you the sense of living in this lifetime. So this was, this is called a Precis, guys. You start with the central theme, you finish with the last sentence. The last sentence should be the conclusion of the whole thing. In your own words, obviously, yes, on the same lines as the passage, but in your own words. So if you do that, now you can create a decent Precis. So this was a short Precis. Now we will look at a bigger passage, a longer passage. We'll read that and we'll try to make another Precis out there, right? Exactly, Akash. Enjoy your everyday reawakening. Very good, Biranchi. Third person perspective is as if you're not. See, what is third person perspective, Rashita and everyone, guys? So what do we do in a third person perspective? We are writing as if we are writing as a third person, right? Not as the first person. I'm not writing as an author here, but I'm writing for everyone. So see, I did not use you or I here, right? So I is first person, you is second person. So if I wrote I believe, I think, I understand, that would be first person. If I'm writing for second person, you should do this, you should do that, that would be second person. But third person is when we are talking about in a generic sense, like we must do that as a human being. We must do it, we must live fully. We must enjoy present. We should not fear death. So we, as if we are talking about everyone. So I am the third person and I'm writing for the third person here. So this is what is called third person perspective or indirect speech. Got it? So that was about writing in a third person perspective. Now, all right, guys, let's move ahead. So let's read another passage. It's a long passage, and then let's see what could be what could be a good Precis for it, right? So I want all of you to participate in this. I would want you to give me a title, and I want you to see, if we are writing in the same lines, if we are writing on the expected lines or not, right? So let's start, guys. Gender issues and women empowerment. Okay, gender issues and women empowerment has become the new buzzword across the globe in the last few decades. The increased familiarity with this term has resulted in the slow transformation of the most ideologies that have justified inequalities in the social structures for the past so many years. So the increased familiarity with this term has resulted in slow transformation of most of the ideologies that have justified inequalities in the social structures for the past so many years, right? The emerging debates that surround the concept of empowerment have had considerable effects on well-established roots of the institutions that provide support to the existing power structures such as family, state, etc. So the emerging debates that surround the concept of empowerment have had considerable effects on the well-established roots of the institutions that provide support to the existing power structures such as family, state, society as a whole. Women have started to become aware of the limitations. So they're now aware of the limitations and confines of the territories within which they have been placed all these years. They have demanded control over their own bodies, equal spaces in the social institutions, equality, and an acknowledgement of for their identity. Last few years have witnessed a sharp increase in the strategies of women's development by the state in order to eliminate gender gaps in the work opportunities, political participation, health facilities, and distribution of resources. So I'm highlighting the key points as we are going along, guys. So we can put them together to create an organic sentence. So I'm highlighting the key points that you should be looking into. Now, India as a nation has taken significant steps. Now we are coming to the point of India. India as a nation has taken significant steps to fill the gender gaps existing in the societies here. The Constitution of India provides equality of employment, opportunity, voting rights, equal pay for equal work, right? So our constitution talks about, or it provides equality of opportunity, equality of voting rights, and equality for pay for equal work. It lays great emphasis on the dignity of women and constitutes several provisions like maternity relief to maintain a gender sensitive environment at the workplace. So they do talk about, and they do think into more gender sensitive environment in the workplace. So that is also has been the part of the story. Now, government schemes like Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao, Janani Suraksha intend to ensure the better health care and education facilities for the women. Policies like new education policy for women, new national policy for women, endeavor to follow the socially inclusive rights based approach for the women empowerment. So it's a socially inclusive right based. So we are including women in in decision making at a broader level, at a national level. So socially inclusive rights based approach for the women empowerment. Now, apart from this, the introduction of gender budget statement promises a just distribution of resources in the country across gender division as well. The past decade has also experienced an expansion in definition of terms like rape and violence in the legal context. So in the legal context, it has been understood that cases of women of rape and violence, the terms, their understanding and their an expansion has taken place. Law has enlarged its frame in order to bring the exploitation of women in private and public sphere through formulations of laws like Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005 and Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013. Institutions like the National Commission for Women have been formed to identify and register the cases of oppression faced by women. So basically in India, they're saying the government is also taking multiple steps to provide them equal level playing field, and then the legal framework has also strengthened the position of women in the country. So that is what we are looking into here. So if you mark everything, Nikita. Exactly. So see, you have to pick out points. I'm pointing out things. See, I'm writing things which are important, which you feel is the key point. Like in the previous paragraph, this was about, in general, talking about how gender issues and women empowerment have taken limelight in the recent years, right? Then in the second paragraph, we came to the Indian picture, where we talked about India has done a lot many things, including government, as well as in the next paragraph we saw the legal framework also working towards the towards women empowerment. So this is what we have got so far. So this is how we articulate points by collating them together, by putting them together. See, we can't just take one sentence and put it in the Precis. We have to collate points together to create organic and observe proportion for all the sentences in the passage, right? So collating points together is important in this. Let's read further. Ministry of Women and Child Development is specifically dedicated to addressing the issues, policies and their implementation related to the women and children in the country. Right. India has observed immense changes in its socio-political and economic conditions by the introduction of these measures, as well as under the impact of globalization and technological advancement. So with changing times, the socio-political and economic structure of the country has also improved for women. According to Census 2001 to 2011, has recorded a significant rise in the literacy rate of women. It has seen a sharp rise in the literacy rate of women. The expansion of the service sector has generated fresh work opportunities for women. To a large extent, equality in the wages, participating roles among the women and men can be seen in the urban areas. To a large extent, equality in wages and participation of men and women for the same job, for the same place in urban areas has been seen. It is in these areas that the phenomenon of emerging women power is being most acutely observed, right? That is true. Women are dominating the key positions in many fields. So women are also dominating key positions in many fields that were earlier denied to them. The emergence of women to the strategic positions in the social structures has given way to a relatively better understanding and identification of the oppressive practices, right? If the women represent political bosses of the day, if they are given equal opportunities at work, equal pay, so that will tell them, okay, what they have been going through, what they have gone through in the past, and what they're experiencing today. However, these transformations seem to be insignificant when compared to the number of issues that continue to degenerate the conditions of women in the society. So as compared to all these steps, there are many issues that still continue to degenerate the conditions of women in society. Also, new challenges have emerged that impede the holistic development of women. So there are still many more challenges to be tackled. Like crime against women has been on the rampant. So yes, crime against women has been on the rampant rise in the country, along with the growth in the number of career-oriented women in the professional space. So crime, as career-oriented women, as that has risen, crime against women has also been on the rise. Cyber crimes such as sexual harassment, molestation of women through the internet and mobile devices have gone up along with the technological development in the country. As the technology has improved, such crimes like sexual harassment, cybercrime, molestation of women through mobile phone or internet, or through internet connection has gone up. As the nation basks in the various scientific and economic achievements, half of its population rides under the fear of rape, trafficking, domestic violence, honor killing, acid attacks, and sexual harassments. Child marriage, dowry demands, and female infanticide remain a harsh reality even after the strict attempts of their prohibition through the law. These practices are the major reasons behind skewed sex ratio in the society. So there are many problems, many issues that are still there in the social structure. So there's nothing to be complacent about. While the country congratulates itself on achieving the Millennium Development Goal of gender parity at the primary school level, it has done little to overcome the high dropout rate of female students. So there is a high dropout rate of female students at the not school level, but at a bigger level. As the country boasts of women holding the significant chairs in governance, like head of the state, speaker of Lok Sabha, eminent ministries, and top-notch places in the corporate sectors, and strategic positions in other arenas of the productivity, a large number of women are struggling for their livelihoods as migrant laborers and low-paid workers in the informal sector. According to the recently released Monster Salary Index, there exists a gender pay gap of 27% in the country. The overlapping of gender issues with several other issues like caste and poverty worsens the plight of women belonging to these categories. Women workforce in the rural areas that is more exposed to these tribulations comparatively experiences larger pay gaps. India records a high maternal mortality rate. So another issue, India records a high maternal mortality rate and a large number of women suffer from anemia in the face of new schemes continuously launched by the government to improve the health conditions of women. The discrimination and violence faced by the women also have deep-rooted effects on their mental health, which goes largely unnoticed by government policies. The concept of emerging women power seems to be eyewash in the context of these ground realities. Now, most of the measures adopted by the state follow the top-down approach. So most of the measures take a top-down approach. That means starting from the top, and then it goes down to the roots, and essentially consider women as mere beneficiaries of the welfare schemes. So women are only beneficiaries of the welfare schemes, and it is not inclusive. Women are not empowered to understand and confront the structures of patriarchy, decision making, which is emphasized upon in the process of emerging women. So decision making, which is emphasized upon in the process of empowering women have to emerge out of knowledge and informed mediation to instill changes in the familial structures and social arrangements that would help in the evolution of gender roles. Alright guys, so that was the passage. The whole passage, first of all, the passage revolved around how what has been done for women empowerment, what has been what steps have been taken by the authorities in a global arena as well as on a national stage as well, right? So many steps have been taken. It has seen a lot of improvement, but then in the second half of the passage, the author talks about the still looming, or the problems that are still looming in the society, the problems regarding women, which includes poor education, poor health, poor participation, equal pay rate, and then then patriarchy and whatnot. So he also talks about the ground reality and saying that all that government has done has changed, or you can say, if we say overhauled the social structure, that is not true. It has improved, but to some extent only. There still needs to be a lot that needs to be done, and for that we need to take not a top-down approach, but we need to take an inclusive approach. So decision making should be put in hands of women so that they can understand and they can make decisions which are educated decisions. So that was the whole passage about, right? So give me a title of the passage, guys. What would you think? What do you think could be an apt title for this passage? No, Nikita, you cannot add anything into it. Everything has to be based on the information that is given in the passage only. No, Rishita, not every day, every alternate day. So these sessions have been going on for the past, I think, 2 weeks. So every Tuesday, every Thursday, and every Saturday at 8 a.m. in the morning on this channel, we have these sessions for descriptive English. Women empowerment in India and gender issues. Vali Reddy, can we skip in India? Can we just say women empowerment and the ground reality? I mean, see, it was about both the sides of the topic, right? So can we put it in a context that we can highlight both the things? Building bridges to equality, empowering women for progress. Ronak, a very positive title, but still it has to highlight the criticality of the issue as well, right? The reality of women development in India. Very good, we know that could be, yeah. Women empowerment through the ages, steps and challenge faced. Vinci, no, we should also talk about the other angle. Women empowerment, a delusion or reality? Very good, Bhuvan. See, when you have such a topic, you can create a rhetorical title as well, right? Title with a question mark. So that can be a good idea here, guys, right? Struggle of women's life. Sachin, see, this was not about women's life. This was about women empowerment, Sachin. So you have to be, their title has to be apt. Emerging women power through years. All right, Sanjita. What about the other side? The other angle. Women development and crisis. Very good, Nikita. Gender equality, a stagnant problem in India. Very good, Pramod. Gender gap. all-inclusive approach rather than top-down. Nahi, Biranchi, we can't write such a long title. See, you can't make a sentence for a title. It has to be short and crisp. So, okay, let me show you what your Precis should look like and what your title should look like. So title should be very simple: the reality of women today. In very broader context, the reality of women today. It's imperative to probe the ground realities of the catchy headlines like the new emerging women power, adds more substance and nuance to the discourse on gender justice. So it is imperative to probe the ground realities of the catchy headlines like the new emerging women power, adds more substance and nuance to the discourse on gender justice. These nuances do not refuse the accomplishments achieved so far by society, but actually point towards the remaining distance which still needs to be covered. See, this is what I was talking about. Discuss both the angles. See, these points should not refuse the accomplishments achieved so far by the society, but they should actually point towards the remaining distance which still needs to be covered. Right? More needs to be done. Identification of the problem areas and weaknesses is the first step towards their eradication. India has shown a dedicated will to bring changes by pledging to achieve sustainable development goals, which include ideals of gender justice and women empowerment. Only with constructive planning and comprehensive changes at the various levels in the society, the new emerging women power shall be soon able to realize its complete potential in India. Right? So if you just want to write it in a couple of sentences, this is how you shrink it. This is how you put it together. See, the whole point is to bring it down to the crux, to the underlying message conveyed by the author. So what was the message that was conveyed by the author in this, guys? See, the author talked about both the angles. We have done a lot, we have come a long way, but there is still so much more to do. And then in the Indian picture, the government, the lawmakers, I would have added one more sentence into it. The government agencies and the lawmakers have also, and the legal system has also has put women empowerment in the limelight in the recent years, but there is still much more to be done. Right? And I could have added about the women, the problems or the parity or the equality which needs to be realized in on the ground reality, right? Equal pay, equal opportunities and equal participation, not just at work but in family structure. So I would have added that one point here as well. But see, we also have to look at the word limit that we have to follow, right? So make sure that you understand the whole passage, right, comprehensively, and then you draft your Precis on what you have understood. See, I did not follow in this passage. I did not follow the sequence of the passage. I did not follow the exact words that were given in the passage. It was all my understanding of the passage, the way I want to present my Precis. So guys, there is something that you need to understand, and please listen to this very carefully. There is no such thing as right Precis or a wrong Precis, right? There is no such thing as a right Precis or a wrong Precis, if you ask me. See, if the 10 students or 10 aspirants are writing, Precis, all of them would probably write in a different way. But there is always a good Precis or a bad Precis. So always understand there is no such thing as a right Precis or a wrong Precis. It's only good Precis or a bad Precis. So what is a good Precis? You exclude the unimportant text and you keep the gist, the crux of the passage. And when you present it in your own words, right, like an organic paragraph, that is what is called a good Precis. And then there can be bad Precis where you do not follow structures, where you do not follow, where you make mistakes, and then you keep on adding, let's say where you do not observe proportion, where you do not highlight all the points equally in the Precis, and if you exceed the word limit, that would be a bad Precis. So this is important to understand. We need to start writing good Precis. What I mean by good is be original in your understanding, comprehension of the passage. Be very crisp and be very your Precis should be coherent to the topic. It should talk about the points that have been discussed and the message that has been conveyed by the author in the passage. That is to be put in a Precis. Got it? So in simple terms, whatever message has been put there, right, after reading between the lines. I hope you all know what reading between the lines mean. right? So it means to understand the, the hidden message conveyed by the author. So it's not the points that are discussed in the passage, it's the idea that has been brought forward by the author that is to be understood and put in a précis in your own words. That is called an excellent précis. Got it, guys? Yes, every word that you write in a précis, every word that you write there will be counted in the word limit. Even articles, somebody asked me in the previous session, in the comment section of the video, that do we do the articles? Are the articles also counted in the word limit? Yes, every word that you write is counted in the word limit. So please remember that, guys. How far have we reached? Very good, Vinci. That's a very good title. So guys, now there is another passage. Now I wanted to give this to you as homework. So this was the passage, and now do you want me to read it right now, or do you want me to give it to you as a homework? See guys, if you take it as a homework, then you all have to write a précis in the comment section of the video. So you can't just take it and just leave it or forget it for later, right? If you want it as a homework, then please do let me know, and please do assure me that you will be writing a précis in the comment section of the video. Yes, guys. Or do you want me to do it right now and give you the sample answer for this as the previous two passages? So please do suggest. So if you want to take it as a homework, make sure that you read it carefully, and then you write a précis on it, and then you put it in the comment section of the video. So that is the intent of these sessions, so that we are able to make you write a précis to shy away, or you need not shy away from writing a précis, or the fear of writing goes away. Please ask Rishita. Homework. All right. So I'll give it to you as homework. This is the first paragraph. This is the first slide. That is the second slide, and you will get the PDF of this session. If you want the PDF of this session, guys, you can join our Telegram channel, Telegram group if you haven't done so. The link for which has been given at the very bottom of this description of the video. So you can get the PDF of this video from our Telegram channel, Telegram group, the link for which has been given in the description of the video. So if you just click the scroll down button at the very bottom, you'll see the link for our Telegram channel. You can get the PDF of this session from there, right? So all right, so this is homework for you. Got it. And that was the end, and this is the sample answer for this. So do not look at the sample answer, just read the passage on your own, write your précis, and then compare it with the sample précis that has been given here, right? So this was a 150 word précis, 170 word précis, I think. So just look at that and read it, and then compare your précis, and then let me know how you felt about your précis, right? So first of all, what you need to do is read the passage, write a précis on it, put it in the comment section of the video, then read the sample answer of this passage, sample précis, which was given in the green, and then compare it, and then let me know. I'll let you know, or let me see how you go about it, right? That means that is due to lack of practice, Rishita. If you're unable to find the key points, that means we still haven't practiced enough. So we need to read more frequently. We need to get into the idea of highlighting the key points. So guys, the best way to practice précis is when you are reading editorials on a daily basis, and I hope you are, right? So when you are reading editorials on a daily basis from any relevant source like the Hindu or the Economic Times or Live Mint, so read editorials, and when you are reading editorials, keep on marking key points as you are reading them, so that at the end, in your head, you can create a précis. Okay, that was the central theme, that was the that was a gist, and this was the message that was conveyed by the author in this. So if I'm about to make a précis, this is what I would put in my précis, right? So that should be done on a daily basis. If you think that writing couple of passages and making précis out of them is enough, no, it is not. See, this is an articulation. This is a drafting skill that you need to master, and you can only master it with time. So if you practice it on a daily basis, right, that is when you can reach a level that yes, now I'm able to identify one important point from every paragraph. So as I told you, as I showed you, so how to correct it? Practice daily, read editorials on a daily basis, and when you're reading editorials, mark down important key points, underline the key points, and then try to sit down and make a Prezi out of those key points. So this requires some time, some practicing. Got it, guys? So that was it for today. I hope you liked the session, guys. Please do let me know how was the session in the comment section of the video, and do let us know your constructive feedbacks as well. We are all ears for your key feedbacks, so do share your feedbacks with us. We are open to your feedback, so do let us know your feedbacks in the comment section of the video. Now, if you wish to contact us for anything, you can call us on this number during the office hours. That is 8146207241, or you can drop us an email at hello@edutap.co.in. And if you want to check out our courses, this is our address, www.edutap.co.in, and you can also check out our courses from the links given in the description of the video. So I'll see you again day after tomorrow, guys, with another session, and in that session we will be writing live Prezi. So we'll be taking a passage, we'll be writing a Prezi right here during the session, and that will show you how to frame your answer, how to frame your Prezi on when you are doing it on your own, right? So guys, do let us know, was the session useful? Was it beneficial for you? Are these sessions helping you in your preparation journey? And that was the intent of these sessions. This was a 12 lecture series, so this was the 7th lecture in this in this 12 lecture series. So we have 5 more lectures. We already covered essay writing, we are covering Prezi writing, and after that we'll be covering reading comprehension. So all the components of your RBI Grade B exam will be covered here in thoroughly. 4 sessions for all the modules. So if you have not watched the previous sessions, go watch those sessions. They'll be very helpful for you, and they will definitely help you to understand how you should prepare for your phase 2, and proactively as well. So if you start after phase 1, that would be too late, right? In fact, we are already doing it too late, right? If you ask me, in reality, we should have done it, probably a little earlier. But still, see, we still have time. We can still improve. So please do watch the sessions that I've taken previously, and stay connected, stay tuned for the further sessions. Thank you so much for this, guys. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for your precious time. I wish you all the success ahead. I wish all your endeavors come true, and all your hard work pays off at the end of the day. So thank you so much once again, and I'll be back with you day after tomorrow. So every Tuesday, every Thursday, every Saturday, we have these sessions on our channel. So do subscribe the channel, and guys, if you have not liked the video, please like the video right now. Click on the like button so that it may reach to people who really need it, right? And do share it in those groups which you may be connected with, so that somebody who really needs this can get benefited from it. So that's a humble request to everyone, and the least you can do is like the session, guys, right? So do like the session, do share the video, and do drop a comment or feedback in the comment section of the video. So I'll see you again after tomorrow, guys. Same time, same place. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy learning to all of you guys. See you. Bye-bye. Have a good day.